Ladies and gentlemen, for everybody who is here right now, we are going to continue this conversation. And right now we have on the aunt.
Alice, I'm right here.
Oh, I had to turn it down a little bit. All the noises was kind of overtaking the mic because I literally can hear every single thing. But okay. But so what we have going on, guys, is we have Alice, who is the aunt of the baby who has been of discussion here for a little over a week now. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to open up our platform to be able to talk to a few different people who want to chime in on this. So what would you like to start? What would you like the audience to know as far as the situation pertaining to this baby, pertaining to her father, pertaining to anything that's related to stepmother? You can take this wherever you want to go.
First, I wanted to just start off with the night. The day when I went over there, the day everything happened, or whatever. I did go over there that night with Keisha to go see what was going on or whatever, because I was the only one in the family that she would even allow to come up over there. What she don't know is that I was there already. She don't know that I was there earlier that day when the police was all outside, or whatever. And but a few years ago, when my mom and them sit there and told me that my brother has like stopped talking to everybody or whatever, when all this stuff, like the little him being isolated and all this stuff first started. Well, when I was first told about it, they me and my mom and them was talking, and I told her, I said, well, how about what would y'all think if I sit there and befriended her so we could know what's going on up over there with my nieces and my brother or whatever? Just telling me how he had got real small or whatever, but he was still working all this time. He had supposed to got a heart surgery done or whatever, like she said, or whatever, and all this stuff and whatnot, but he didn't tell my mom. Everybody know that he was my mama's baby, he the firstborn boy. So it was spoiled rotten. So, and for him, for all this stuff, these changes to be going on, I wanted to know what was going on inside that house or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, I'll sit there, I'll befriend her and, see what's going on or whatever. So at least I can stay close enough to them to where I can sit there and be able to call and make contact with him to know that he's alive and well and breathing and talking and stuff. And with my nieces, I never sit there and seen them or heard them or nothing like that in the backgrounds or nothing like that or whatever. But every time I sit there and asked about them, she will always answer about them. But she was always just like they was at the house. They was all at the house or whatever. You're talking somebody, her cousin.
You're talking about the stepmom, right?
Stepmom, Takiesha.
Okay.
She would always answer. Even when I called his phone and stuff like that or whatever, she'd be right there. Sometimes she wouldn't even talk, but you could hear her breathing. That's how bad that girl is. So that night when it happened, I sit there. Which another thing she don't know is that I went off on Facebook, but Facebook took it down before she got to see it. So then I wrote her another message. I wrote her a message, the first message or whatever.
What the hell?
Hello?
I don't know what just happened. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
It said you had left the call.
I don't know why I did that. I was just trying to close the window so I could keep this one open. Sorry about that. But you said that you had wrote a message to her on Facebook, right?
Yeah, telling her that I was concerned about her and what was going. I wanted to know what was going on. I need to be up over there with her and all this stuff. And she hit me back, was like, "Call me." Or whatever. No, she said, I need you, sis, come alone, please. Told me to come alone or whatever. So I'm like, okay, me and one of my homeboys sit there and took me up over there. My homeboy took me up over there. And when we got there, it was pitch black inside, around the whole house, just like completely black. It looked like the door was shut and wasn't nobody home. But when I walked up, that's when I seen somebody step out on the other side of the door. And they had the screen door closed, but they had all the lights in the house off. It was weird. All the lights in the house was off. The whole house was, even on the outside, was completely black. The only people that was out there with any kind of light was the news station, because the news station was out there like camping. And somebody, all I see was a shadow come in front of me, and it was like, who are you here for or whatever? So I was like, oh, Keisha, I'm here for Keisha. She told me to come here or whatever. They was like, in what relationship? What relationship is you or whatever? I said, oh, I'm her sister. So they let me in. I mean, whoever it was let me in, opened the door, let me in. When I walked in, as soon as I stepped through the door, it was like 3 people on one side of me, another 3 or so people on the other side of me. I couldn't see their faces and nothing, but it was all females. They ended up eventually coming all out or whatever to the hallway. But they all like surrounded me and stuff, and they, I'm looking at Keisha from where I was standing at, and she like, who is that? I was like, oh, it's Alice. And she like, oh, no, this is a bad time. I'm like, you just told me to come over here from Facebook. And she gonna say, is you here to fight me? Why would I be over there to fight you?
Have y'all ever had any type of physical altercations before? Any verbal spats?
Never. We have verbal. We have verbal over my oldest niece years ago. Could you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Over my oldest niece some years ago. I seen a picture that she posted of my oldest niece one day on Facebook. So I had messaged her and I asked her, I said, Keisha, could you hit me back because we need to talk about that picture you posted. And she sent me a message. I still got every single message or whatever that she ever sent me. And she like, little girl, this, that, you need to, first of all, she just went in from me telling her that one thing that she need to contact me so we could talk about that picture that she posted. She went off. She sent 2 long paragraphs to me, talking about me, talking about all types of stuff, just about my family and all this stuff. So the girl already was delusional and had issues from the gate as far as with her, how she wanted to interact with my family and stuff like that or whatever. She already sit there and she already plotted all this and everything else that's going on up in here. It's just crazy. I can't even think about this stuff. And then y'all got the pictures popping up.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Now I will tell you this: there were some pictures I actually decided not to post, at least on the screen for now. But I do have them. It's just because, like I said, some are just a lot worse than just general pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but my main point for sending the pictures that I sent is to show you that before the smiles and everything that my brothers and my nieces had before she entered their life, all the smiles and the hugs and the around the families and the together all of our sisters and brothers or whatever. If it wasn't all of them at one time, it was so many of them at once, and then different functions. That was my whole point of sending the pictures and stuff, showing you how he was with his kids before they came into before she came into their life.
Okay.
Or whatever, because the girl is toxic. She's really. She thought that she was sitting there putting one in on me and my friend them that was all there at the house that night. I'm sitting here watching her cry for hours. She ain't dropped not one tear for my niece at all. She sit there and said, and this, I got her recorded is what she don't know. I got her recorded sitting there saying, I don't care about nothing else. I just want my kids back. Who said that?
Wait. When you say important stuff like that, we got to take a pause. We got to clarify now.
Takiesha, I got a recording of Takiesha saying, she don't want to. She said, I quote, I don't care about nothing else. I just want my kids back.
And who is Takiesha?
Quote, Takiesha Carrier, the wife of my brother.
And that's the
one that hate my niece so bad.
And that's the stepmother of the baby in question.
The stepmother of little Billie.
Okay. I have y'all do that because, like I say, I had agreed initially that I wasn't going to quote unquote say her name. So if you guys bring it up, or sometimes if people are just coming into the stream, they might be wondering, who are you talking about? So just to kind of
like, what name is you talking about? Because she got so many alias and so many different other last names. Because I didn't sit there and ran her name so many times, and when I run one name with the other one or a piece of the one that they had on this one, all them names lead right back into the same people. And how I know they all her is because when it says possible relatives and all that, her sister keep popping up, her ex-husband keep popping up, even my brother name pop up as possible relatives of the girls.
Okay.
And it's so many different. I could count at least 5 different last names that this girl have.
Wow.
You know,
5?
and it's
But
ridiculous. Stingy from Alameda County.
So I would assume she was married twice, and then her maiden name. Where did the other names come from?
I have no idea. But I know for sure like 4 or 5 different last names.
Wow. Ooh.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 different last names that this girl have. You know.
Wait. Hold on. Let's talk about that recording. That recording. I do not want to skip that part because we got to.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So the recording. I got her sitting there saying. I got Takiesha Carrier on a recording sitting there. Talking about she don't care about nothing else. She just want her kids back. Then her sister is on there, but her sister wasn't at the house, but she was on the phone with one of the girls that was at the house, telling the girl to put me out the house, put me and my friend out the house. So I'm like, well, Takiesha called me and told me to come over here, so why do I have to leave? And this is her and my brother's house. She put the phone on speaker, and she was like, okay, what did you say to the sister that was on the other end? The sister says, no, all y'all need to leave about the house or whatever. All Bill's family need to leave about the house because it's a conflict of interest, and Takiesha is not in her right mind right now. Or I'm like, how is it a conflict of interest? If I'm family, we family, and we just had a tragedy. I'm coming over here to check on her.
Right.
You know,
right.
But for the past few years or whatever, I sit there. It's been cool for her to sit there, and we've been talking to each other on the phone or whatever. Or I leave messages or whatever, and she responds back to me and all the stuff or whatever. I call my brother, tell him, oh, I love y'all. How's Keisha doing and whatever, all the stuff. So where is the conflict of interest at? When they was just all here just a few hours before any of this happened. They was a family, and me and her was cool. So where did the conflict of interest come in at?
Let me ask you this. Because I think I might have something. Ooh, wait a minute. First, let me capture this. Hold on. Let me highlight this because my memory is really bad. Because this is not the first time that I've heard that she said some crazy things, and I can't say who just yet unless they come on and call in and verify it themselves. But I've actually had people that have sent me screenshots of her. Allegedly at this point, because I don't, I'm not a forensic person, so I can't say for sure. But it seemed like somebody who was writing from a Facebook account with her name, with her face, was saying some real out of line things that people actually screenshotted of her saying jacked up things about them kids.
That was me.
That was you. Okay.
That was me.
So you were the one that sent.
I took pictures of my phone and I was on her page.
Wait, were you the one who sent me the ones that were in green and black, or did you just take a picture of a picture?
No, I sent you all the pictures, all the ones of my niece's head, where the gorilla, and she was talking about my niece. Takiesha was saying that Billie was her smile was fake when people was commenting, or the screenshot where she was saying this little girl's gonna be either the death of me or the reason I'm in prison for the rest of my life or in a loony bin or whatever. And then it goes on with comments from her friends and her cousin, her best friend or whatever, saying one of the girls sit there and said, oh, I told you about her bad butt. You need to sit. I told you should have put her in the closet, clean out one of the closets, and put her up in it. And at this time, my niece was only like probably it was 2016, so she was young.
Okay.
And
okay, hold on.
This lady was talking about putting her in the closet.
Hold on. Whoa. Oh my goodness. You got now. Let's breathe for a moment. That is a lot to absorb. We are going to literally have to look at those texts. Like, we're going to have to talk about each one because you said a lot. Now, I caught it just because I had a chance to read it beforehand because you had sent it to me. But I know we have an audience that's listening, and I want to make sure that they get the details of each one of those things. Mm-hmm. Now, for the screenshots, I think those, when you sent it to me, you had said that you took a picture of it with your phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. Now, I think somebody else might have sent me something in addition to that. That's why I say I think what I was sent might have been two pieces of information. But like I say, we'll get to that here in a minute. Let me ask you this, because I don't know how deep we can get. Do you care if I show those screenshots?
Oh no, you can show
while you describe it, and I'll show you, or I'll show the audience what it is that that you sent and let you tell the story behind it.
Okay.
Okay. Let me pull those up. I don't know if I downloaded them or not. Let me see. I have to pull up this over here. Also, by the way, for the people who are listening, we do need more people to come in and watch the stream. So if you guys are listening to the sound of my voice, please click the thumbs up and share the stream. We should have about 400 thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything to just click the thumbs up. So if you're listening and you're typing, please click the thumbs up. Y'all know how YouTube works. This algorithm sucks unless you click the thumbs up. Give me a second here because I did not actually have them downloaded. I looked at them, but I didn't download them. So give me a second here. Because yours are easy to find just because you sent them like back to back. Boom. There we go. All right. Let's see here. Okay, here's one screenshot. Let me see what this one says. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me see if I could just download them and then we'll look at them after I download them. Okay. So if you don't mind, give me just a second and I'm gonna go. Or did I download? No, you know what? I did download these. I'm smarter. I'm smarter than that. I think I did. Let me look. Yes, I did. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm sitting here doing twice the amount of work for no reason. Let me close this out. Okay. Oh, man. You sent some screenshots that just really made my skin crawl about how she referred to that baby.
Yes, as fake and all this stuff.
Yep.
When people complimenting her, like, oh, she's finally cracking a smile. She like, oh, that's fake. It's fake. Over and over again and stuff. She did not like my niece at all from the beginning.
Okay.
At all.
I have one in particular that is driving me nuts just looking at it. Let me make sure this is the right one. Okay, it's this one. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm getting ready to show y'all on the screen. Oh, and matter of fact, do you still have that recording?
I have both of my record. I have one inside my cell phone. That's the one of the night when we was at her house. And I got one actually right now on my computer here. And now the one on my computer, I got her recorded saying, and this was on the 25th of that month, of last month. 2 days after it happened, I got her recorded saying, "I'm here at the house right now, packing up all our stuff and everything, and going to sell the house or whatever." I'm like, "What the heck?" So I started breaking down even harder or whatever because I have to sit there and listen to this girl listen to her tell me this, and all the while I'm sitting there trying to play to be her friend and trying to be cool with her and stuff like that. Also, I could figure out what happened to my niece.
Oh my goodness!
And why my brother being accused of it, and
oh my goodness! And I'm gonna tell you something, just so you'll feel better. Just know that you talking on our platform will help some. Just know that. If I could say that without saying too many words, is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Now, so we'll get to those recordings, but let's start.
This picture is a picture that I found on her Facebook page. And it's her Facebook page. I still got the messenger things. She still be trying to like log on there. She deactivated the actual page, but she had undeactivated once she get word or whatever. Once she hear that, somebody said something or something, she'd get back up on there. But this is how she was contacting me when she sent me the message telling me to come to her house alone and all the stuff. I still got all that. But this is a picture of my niece where she was sitting there talking about where Takiesha was saying that my niece put some Gorilla Glue gel inside her hair. Mm-hmm. And I sent multiple emails to you of this picture because of the comments that was on there. Yep. So on the different pictures, you'll see the comments come up more and more and more of what her friends and family was sitting there saying. Even some people, you could tell that they knew something was going on, or they figured something was going on. So it was like they was trying to make her calm down or whatever, or be cool. Like, oh, she just letting you know that you're not the only person that could do hair in the family, and oh, it looked like finger waves and things like that or whatever. But you got other people, grown women, up in there talking about put my niece in the closet. One lady even sit there and say, "I know that you said you don't like to do fun things without her, but you're gonna have to make her punishments more creative and all this." That was in 2016. Look how young my niece was.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all discussing the baby like that, though. Look at the comments on there. But then you also see that she never tagged my brother in it. On the post like this, she never tagged my brother in it. But if you see the other post that she got, she tags my brother in everything.
Hold on.
With her kid, everything, she tags him.
How about we start with what she said in the post in her what do you call that?
Right here at the top?
Yeah, in her subject line, because
this little girl,
that really bothered me a lot.
Yeah. This little girl, little Billie, is going to be the death of me or the reason I'm doing life in jail or the crazy den. Daddy was taking a nap, so she decided she decided that my Gorilla Glue hair gel was the thing of the day to get into. She tagged her sister up in it. Her sister that always sit there and try to trying to talk mess with her and all this other stuff or whatever, all the stuff. And I believe that's the same one that sit there and was on that the other end of that phone that night talking about whatever the heck, conflict of interest or whatnot, and she wanted us out the house and all this stuff. Then in the comments, as you go down on different pictures, the comments it gets worse, where she even put devil horns, devil sign emojis all the way across on one comment.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see if I can adjust this, because visually it's a little bit difficult. Let me see. Can I go to the next picture? Let's do that. So that's one. Let's try this one. This one looks like it has just some comments on it. Can you see it on my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. What would you like?
That's the one when she talking about she works her nerves or whatever.
Let me break out my whiteboard here. Let me see. Whiteboard, boom. Because I want to make sure that everybody can see this. Let's go thick. And let me see. Right here. That's where you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's in this screenshot, who is she referring to?
She talking about little Billie. She was replying to the girl Kenny, the other girl right here above her. She was replying to her because the girl said little Billie face, though. That girl's something else.
Wow.
Yeah. And then on the picture with the hair gel is multiples of those, because the comments on there is way worse. But I was just giving you an idea of how she was feeling, how she been feeling about my niece. You know, so everybody could see how she been feeling about. She targeted my niece.
Let me see.
Period. Point blank. When she had her son, she couldn't name him. She didn't name him Junior or whatever. She could have did what she wanted to with her son name. You know, she didn't have to sit there and try to take it out on my niece at all. You know, period.
Okay. How about this one? I think this one's a different one. I don't think that's the same one.
Anyone who truly knows me knows that I always wanted a little girl, a mini me. I was jealous of anyone who was so blessed to have one. Now I have her after 4 boys. The one is not after 4 boys, because one of the boys out of the 4 you had along with the girl at the same time. So you had 3 boys, and then you had the twins, and yeah, but not after 4 boys. She is finally here because you had her with one of the boys, and so you already had the experience of 2 little girls that you so-called love so much before you even had the 2. So before you had the twins. So come on now. And she put Miss J is here. And I'm so in love with her. I love all my kids. They mean everything. But this little girl right here, thank you, Jesus, my princess, my youngest, my last, my daughter. Anybody could read anybody could sit there and tell what she's saying. Just like when she sit there and she talk about my niece, like, or whatever, talking about, oh, they giving my baby a GoFundMe and all this and all that. She's the least concerned about that GoFundMe. The only thing she's worried about is that GoFundMe gave my niece some more attention. That's more attention that my niece is getting, that she's not getting, that her kid's not getting, and things like that. She's a narcissist, and the girl needs real help, really. On my recordings, she's sitting there talking about, oh, is they on our side? Is this who's on whose side and all these things? Girl, it shouldn't be no sides. This your husband and your child. All your kids that you're supposed to love. Why is there sides? her and her sister, as far as I know, where I personally know, they made it about whose side is whose side and all this stuff like that. You know, that don't make no sense to me. Okay. It makes no sense to me at all.
Okay, let's talk about this one. Can you see that?
Now that's her homegirl right here. This is the one that sit there and said she need to clean out the closets and put my niece in there for timeout.
Oh no.
Yeah, she said, "Oh my God, don't beat her, Takiesha Williams." She said, "Damn, what do she be thinking? I told you, clean out one of them closets and make her timeout space in there. I know you said you don't want to do fun things and not include her, but you may have to just to show her. Her punishments are going to have to be creative." This was in 2016.
Oh my
Come on
God.
now.
Oh my goodness.
And look at what this other girl say. "Oh God, my niece is finna die." Why would people be leaving stuff like that on your page about what you post about my niece?
Right there.
That's wrong.
I'm trying to highlight it as best as I can.
Yeah.
So, because some people are watching on different devices, I'm not sure if they can see that.
And again, she never tagged my brother in this post. The posts where she was sitting there doing where things like this was going on, she never tagged him in that. But if you see her Facebook page, she tags my brother, and it just about she can have a plate of food. She gonna tag my brother up in it.
Let me get this dude out of here real quick.
She came on here so much trying to sit there and tear down my family and all this. Girl, my family, the family and all this stuff like that, didn't know what was going on in that house. You didn't want people at your house. You made sure of that by first getting rid of his baby mama, by having it to where she had to move out of mama's house from the beginning. You know, you try to act like, oh, he was single when you met him and this that girl. No, it was way more to it than that. So really stop that one right there, or whatever. And then my brother had a cool little thing going on with him and his baby mama and their kids or whatever. And you seen your opportunity and hey, you did what you did. You feel me?
Let's go.
But unfortunately, you're not supposed to get away with it. I'm sorry. You're not. I don't care if I gotta sit there. If they gotta lock me up for going just crazy thinking or whatever, because I'm gonna be sleeping up outside the district attorney's office. I'm not going to no lawyers. I'm not going to no whatever. I let the family and all them. I let everybody else handle the outside of all that. I'm going directly to the core of it. To the ones that could call and say we need this dropped. We need these, and we found developing evidence, and now we turning this way. I'm just to get you, Keisha.
Let's talk about this. Can you see that on my screen?
Yeah. She talked. Now this is more comments of what she was leaving on the picture with my niece with the gorilla gel in her hair, talking about never did stuff like this. My mom would have beat the skin off of me. Okay, so I could just imagine what she did to my niece. She hecka bad, I swear. Never been bad, not now, not then. That's what she's saying about her. Takiesha's saying about herself. Mm-hmm. Never been bad, not now, not then. Being mean is not being bad. My mom didn't play with. We got our asses whooped or whatever. So okay. This was a lady. She hated my niece. She hated her.
Let me ask you why, because I already put out why I thought she did. Why do you think she did? Well, I'll tell you what can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I said because a lot of people that are in relationships, when they get with somebody that has kids, and if you're thinking about a serious future, you have a collective of people out there that have a hard time mentally trying to get over the hurdle of dealing with somebody's kid, especially if that other parent is still actively involved with that kid and that other person still has to deal with them. And this is somebody you just recently had was getting it in with, you had sex with, you created an entire life with this person, and every time you see this kid, it reminds you of that person that they used to be with that they're not with now. Jealous. What do you think about that?
I mean, that could be a possibility or whatever too. I mean, if you look at it that way, but then it's like she trying to frame him. So I mean, obviously he wasn't much or whatever either. Me personally, I feel like this right here. She sit there and she felt that she found somebody young. Because my brother hecka younger. He only, before I'm living with, before living with her and all this stuff going on or whatever, all he knew was mama and our family. That was it. Mama, we at mama house, whatever. He knew he was just growing up. He was just becoming a man and stuff like that or whatever. She found she seen the opportunity and she went in for it. You feel me? Because she know my brothers and them is not all street smart and stuff like that. They don't hang out in front of the stores and whatever. I can't even name one outside friend that they have, and it's 7 boys. Mm-hmm. So that's why when I left that message on on the views or the other video or whatever, that's what and on Facebook, that's what I was sitting there saying. Out of 7 boys, there's none of that. We don't have no gangbangers, no none of that kind of, no thugs, nobody sold dope, none of that, and that's a great thing.
Oh, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Okay. Not too many people could sit there and say that. A lot of people that I even know myself, if brothers is locked up or they in all kinds of other activities and doing whatever. Hey, I'm not knocking you, but I just know mine was not ever. And my brother's not smart with the police terminology because he's never been in situations like this. You feel me? My brother never even been a juvenile. First time he ever went to jail was because of her. And he was at work. So that he was at work, left work, and came home, and they arrested him and took him to jail.
Wait, stop. Let's before we even get to this other picture, let's talk about that moment. Okay, now, how do you know he was at work? Because that was the question that was presented, and I was just like, how do we know that he was at work? Is there, I don't know. How would you know if he was actually at work?
I wasn't the first time he ever went to jail. He was out. I was told he'd sit there and he left work. This was 2016, but this time when he went to jail, a guy hit me on my Facebook page. If not yesterday, it was the day before yesterday. I was trying to send you that in the email, but I was trying to cover his name and stuff because I didn't want nobody to see his name and everything up on there. Okay. On the things. So, but he hit me up. He said, "Alice, I know you don't know me or whatever." He was like, but the dude that you describing, the Billie that you describing of who you know or whatever, that's the same guy that I know. And he said, I was there when him and Takiesha met from the beginning. I worked with them. So I was there when it all began. He said, and from the beginning, it was bad because Takiesha is a whole lot of other problems and drama and stuff, And he went on to tell me, he said, if him and anybody at the job could sit there and help or in any kind of way or whatever with my brother and my niece and whatnot, let them know. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, whatever. So and then I asked him about my brother supposed to be home on disability. Who else would know besides somebody that he worked with that he haven't been working? Well, I asked him, he said,
because that's the reason why I'm asking, because what the stepmother was trying to say was that he wasn't at work, he was at home. And I'm like, it had to have been one or the other. Either he was at work and he was working, or he was at home because he wasn't able to work.
See, when I asked the man, I say, so did you know about him being on disability or whatever and off work, whatever? The man said he was at work that day. He said, I've never heard of him not being at work. He said, your brother is one of the hardest working dudes here at this job that I know. So he was like, that right there, I don't know. I said, well, do you think you could give me a time card or something? He said, they don't work with time cards. They do everything electronic. But when he gets back to work, he was going to sit there and talk to one of the one of the men there to give me that information. Mm.
So he was so up until that day, he was still collecting a check from working.
Obviously.
Oh.
The girl is a whole bunch of mess, and she's trying to create her alibi. She's trying to create this story around him, around my brother, but at the same time, she done went into detail about some of everybody's business, but she can't tell nobody what happened to my niece.
Hold on.
Why didn't you say what happened to her?
Hold on just a second. DH is saying, I did not say he was at work. No, what I'm talking about was when I talked to the stepmom said that he was not at work, and I think you were the one, the lady who I'm on the phone with right now, just so y'all know, stepmom told me one thing. The person who I'm on the line with right now is telling me that he was at work. So, DH, you'll have to kind of tell me what you're talking about once I get you on here. But I want to make sure that doesn't get lost in translation. So that way we can know who I talked to and who said what to me so far. Because the stepmom was saying, oh well, she's in the chat. She'll clarify who she is. Once she gets on here. Because like I say, I try to respect people as far as when y'all come on here. But
it wasn't no girl that told me nothing about it anyway.
Okay. But yeah,
so she's irrelevant to what I'm talking about. Yeah. But Keisha is like she's sitting there talking about everybody business and just trying to put her own cousin out there and everybody else and all this stuff. Girl, what happened to my niece? Why can't you speak on that?
What do you think? What do you think happened?
I believe that she had my niece up in that garage in the middle of the night, abusing her, and it took it too far. And it only makes sense that if my brother, like her and her cousin sit there say my brother worked graveyard shift, because she even told me. And what people don't know is that Bill, all this dragging ass talking that she doing or whatever, trying to make herself cry and shake and all this stuff she doing or whatever, telling me that he works in the graveyard shift. So it only makes sense to if my brother came home, got off work, and came home and seen something. That only makes sense for her to sit there and try to go up in there after she did what she did to my niece, hurry up and take some of them narcos or whatever the hell and pass out like she was just asleep since 11 something. That's why she sit there and tried to trace her steps by furthermore texting her best friend, telling her best friend, I just had my hip surgery today. I'm going to take some narcos. And her best friend said, and the last time when she texted me that, it was like 11 something at night. So that would be around around the time my brother would be at work and whatever, or just about getting or whatever, Oh, so girl, come with it though.
Oh,
and stop it, Keisha, because you know more than what you sitting there saying. You talking about my niece fake on this picture. It's fake. It's fake. When people was complimenting her, that's a little girl. But all the pictures you see of her with that other little girl, her niece or whoever that her goddaughter is, she's, and her kids, so happy, smiling, this, that, ain't got a mark, a bruise, a cut, a bump on their body.
Wait, what you just said, that makes sense. Guys, let's take a pause real quick. That makes sense because everybody's been wondering how we got to this point. And if you think about it, y'all heard her say on the stream that she had surgery recently or some type of whatever it was that she was on, quote unquote, medication. That was the words that came out of her mouth, okay? So that could be used as an alibi. Then when you say that he wasn't at work, you were using that as an alibi to actually add people to a story when we know that she was at that house the majority of the times with those kids. Am I right or am I wrong? Okay, thank you. Now, and I said this, and I've told people, even me being a parent, I know how hard it is to deal with one child. Let alone 2, let alone 3, let alone 4, let alone 5. But you're talking about 6 individuals, including one who you already have proven that you do not like based on the previous relationship that your current husband had with that woman and their history and whatever is going on with that. It seems to make sense that you might, in a situation like this, not saying that it's right, but it seems to follow logic that you probably would treat her a bit wrong. So, and I'm going to add something else to that, because we also got confirmation, and I can say this because I actually have legal paperwork that shows the girlfriend of her ex-husband sent me court documents that the stepmother was the one who burned that baby in the bath. So that abuse, that abuse is on record and proven by court documents. How about that? A pattern. And I told somebody this in email because a lot of times people will ask me as far as advice about what they should do with their situations. And if you're trying to prove abuse, what I've told people that they should do is you have to prove a pattern. In court, pretty much with anything, if you're trying to prove something against someone to disprove their character, you have to show a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She's a child predator. Period. Point blank. I mean, she thought, and she still think that she fits to walk off with my niece life insurance policy and all this stuff. And this is what I don't understand. If my brother Job already had the policy for him and his kids, or whatever, so the kids was already insured up from his job.
Yep.
Why did she have to go get another policy? So my niece has 2 policies on her.
Wait.
She should say it out her own mouth.
Oh, because you're okay. So you're saying that? Oh my God! Say that again.
On your first interview, when Takiesha Carrier was talking, she sit there and said herself, I did all the paperwork. All Bill did, I wake him up and he signed things and all this stuff like that. She said she put in life insurance on all them and the kids and stuff. Why did you need to put life insurance on my nieces again if his job already covered them for life insurance?
Oh,
because you sit there and steam your way to try to sit there and fuck over my niece like that. Oh. And that's hella fucked up, Keisha.
Oh my God.
And right now, she talking about some. Oh, my mom, them. Oh, my baby ain't no GoFundMe baby and all this and all that. Our family need all the help that we could get. We not rich and things like that or whatever. Funerals are expensive, And then it's my mom and my sister is the main people. They the main ones.
So she made sure that this child had 2 life insurance policies.
She made sure she had 2.
Oh my!
And now
God.
she's trying to frame my brother. The thing is too, the baby's mom, because everybody keeps sitting there saying, what happened to the baby mom? What happened to her biological mother or whatnot?
Right.
From what I was told, and this is from her, face to face, me and her talked or whatever. When she moved out my mom's house, the baby mom, she don't have family, And it was I guess somehow, some way, it was a fallout in between them with her mom and whatever it happened, But it was all behind this group, behind Takiesha. It was all because of Takiesha, and it backfired on Tisha. Now Tish, after that, she don't have parents. Both of her, she don't have no family. Absolutely, literally, she's like on earth. All she had was her daughters, and then us as a family. Takiesha made sure that she didn't have none of that. Made sure she didn't have not even our family to be able to turn to, and come to find out, Tish was left out. The only thing she had was her car, and that's where she remained for, I think she said about 2 years.
Okay.
And she said all the money she was making, because Tish was not on drugs. Tish did have a job. She worked for the California Conservation Corps. And she sit there and she said all the money that she was making, she said she couldn't even sit there and do nothing. She couldn't get no place or nothing like that, because Takiesha studied constantly over all these years, wanted money from her, studied texting her, and whatever. And the police know that now. They know that they got everything, all the information on that. But that's all. So it was. I told her. I said basically all she was doing was sitting there telling you. She was making it to where you couldn't get up on your own feet, or whatever. You couldn't save no money or nothing like that. Or whatever. She said, and only all she did was she kept giving them money, airtime. If she said the girl kept asking her, she'd give it to him. She said because she found that was the only way that she would be able to support her kids. Because from what Takiesha told her, I'm like, and I said myself to everybody, why would you listen to her? She was like, I don't. And the girl was breaking down, crying in front of me, telling me she was like, I don't know, I don't have no guidance. She didn't have no guidance, whatever. Period, point blank. That's what she told me. She didn't have no guidance, whatever, and whatnot. And she just felt like this is what she had to do to keep the only things that she do have in her life, and that was to just give, because that's the only reason she even gave her kids to my brother. Is because she left out of mama's house. She didn't have nowhere to go or nothing like that with her daughters, and they made it seem so hard. Motherfuckers made it seem so hard. Everybody think that she could just, she could have just did this, and she could have did. She had no one to turn to. Period. Point blank. Nobody.
Wait. So was the house that she kept talking all that crap about, was that your house?
What, my house?
She kept talking about either a house that that Big Billie lived in, or they both lived in. I guess at some point she brought it up, talking about how nasty the house was. I don't remember whether it was some other family member. I don't know. That's why I'm asking, because I didn't. So did she stay with you at some point?
Hell no, she never stayed. She never stayed with nobody in the family, as far as I know. Nobody at all.
Okay.
At all whatsoever. And she said there. I mean, she can't be talking about my house at all, because I mean, you could practically, when people call me, people like, what you over there doing, smelling like bleach? That's what they say to me. So she cannot sit there and talk about me at all whatsoever. Now she sits there and she tries to talk about. I know she tried to talk about my mom before, but my mom had the kids. All her grandkids come up over there. All her grandkids is like probably under the age of, I know they all for sure under the age of 18 and 16 and stuff, but it's heck of grandkids. She got over 21 grandkids. Kids gonna be sitting there running everywhere doing whatever, you feel me? But my mom's house is not and far from being nasty or whatever, period. If that's the case, I mean, don't you think, I mean, she would have sit there and everything that's up in her house would have been removed, all the stuff. I mean, come on now, it makes no sense. That's why I said she sit there trying to chop everybody or whatever so fast to try to make the family look bad and stuff like that, when, bro, my mom is the reason why everybody have even the little 4th of July family reunion stuff and things that we have. She talking about people PG&E off. My mama been working at her job, the same job Billie and them got. Billie and she and Takiesha used to have. My mom been working there for years too. So I mean, where would people PG&Es and rents and all this, and Bill is the sole provider of my mom's household? Never, ever, ever, none of that. Bill was the sole provider of that household. You feel me? Period, point blank.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Are you familiar with the incident that, because you got to forgive me, like that's why I'm asking questions, because it was so many people I spoke to that night. I started to get confused with who was who. But with regard to the baby being locked in the bathroom and drinking toilet water, do you remember that story, or did you hear anything about that incident? So whether it happened or what? Are you familiar with that incident?
Yeah, I'm familiar. I just found out about it not too long ago.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You need a moment?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
But
yeah, just
when
just
I heard heck of stuff. I heard several things over the years about different stuff that was going on over there. Or what other people were sitting there, telling my mom them and stuff, or my sister them, and it just got to the point where I didn't even want to hear no more. I couldn't hear no more, because wouldn't nobody sit there and tell me where they was at. Everybody telling me different stuff and saying all this stuff, whatever, but wouldn't nobody ever tell me where they was at.
Because here's my thing.
Now I am the one that's with it. You feel me? I am the one that would have walked up in her door and grabbed my nieces and all that shit. So it was always, don't tell Alice, because we don't need all the drama. We don't want Bill to get mad and not talk to nobody. We need to know all this stuff. It was all that type of shit. And if they had just told me where they were at.
Just take your time. Here's what I wanted to bring up, because I wanted to bring this up kind of for a reason. Remember, when I'm talking about a pattern, okay? And based on what I think it was the cousin that was living there said, was that she had came home and the baby was locked in the bathroom, I guess, at some point, and it seemed like she was in the bathroom, locked in the bathroom, and couldn't get out. And so to go from that to being locked in a garage, and in both incidents, to me, it seems to make sense that the stepmother would have been at home, especially with that person being the primary person that would have been home with the kids anyway. And it's so funny how every single time we're talking about this kid being punished, and the fact that we even have screenshots of things being said, of a nature of being in an abusive nature, having some thoughts of vitriol about this kid. Like clearly based on what we see from these screenshots, and I do believe that they're 100% true. It seems that she just didn't care about this kid at all, and I cannot see a person that didn't care about this kid doing right by this kid, let alone telling the truth about it. That's just my opinion based on what we've learned so far. Let me do this because, like I said, I know you're gonna need some time. Would you like to go ahead and do the recordings? Like if you have those available, I would love to hear what you have to present as far as the recordings of her actually saying what she said. We'll go ahead and pull this screenshot. So for the people who are listening right now, if y'all would, again, please click the thumbs up. What we're hoping to do is bring more people in to be able to hear this story. The more ears we get on this story, that we can start to share this and really, really get some attention with the hashtag Justice for Billie. And I appreciate you guys posting that in the chat. But what we're getting ready to try to listen to, and I'm going to see how good this audio is we're getting ready to hear some verbal confirmation based on what we've been told of her saying some things, and that's what we're hoping that we'll hear. So like I said, I'll do as best as I can with the audio to try to let you know if it's something we can make out, if we can hear it.
I'm trying to get it up right now.
Hey, take your time. Take your time. I don't want to rush you at all.
Oh, no, that's it right there. I don't know. This is it. Oh no, this ain't it. Oh. I'm trying to get this thing to come up. It's heck slow. Okay. I'm sorry. It's what you call it, freezing up.
Okay. Do you need to hop off of here and try to hop back on?
Probably, but I have posted it on Facebook too. I posted some of it. I posted 2 clips on Facebook. But I'm trying to sit there. This thing, my media player thing is frozen right now. I'm trying to get it to close up or something so I can get in.
Okay. Well, I did work in tech support if you need me to help you troubleshoot.
You what?
I said I did get paid to work in troubleshooting if you need me to troubleshoot with you.
Oh, I don't know what that is, like the troubleshooting thing is.
Yeah, like you could actually open up your task manager and try to force close it if you need to. Are you using a Windows PC?
Yeah, Windows. Okay. A laptop.
Okay, I got you.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Let me. How can I go out? I probably have to go out of here first. Because it's just stuck right here in the corner.
Yeah, I saw it freezing a while ago, but I could still hear you. Like it's like it'll freeze and unfreeze. Hit that red end button there in the center, and it should kick you out. And then once you're able to do what you can do, you can hop back in.
Okay.
Yep, there you go. She did it. Guys, do y'all want to hear the recordings for the people who are listening right now? Y'all let me know. We got 582 people here. Can we get 400 thumbs up? We only need about 61 more people to click that thumbs up. Can we get a hashtag justice for Billie in the chat? This is heartbreaking, and I think we've learned a lot so far. How many of you guys have learned even more to this story since listening to her? Okay? And again, for the people who are listening, that is Alice, who is the aunt of the baby on my screen right there. Did the police interview the family? Well, I haven't got to that part yet. I guess I can ask her. Let me see. Let me copy your question. I'll ask her when she comes back on. That's actually a good question. So if you guys have questions, you can post them in the chat. I can try my best to try to catch your questions so I can ask her when she comes back on here. Okay? So for now, let me actually pause this recording.